Welcome to Business with the Donos, where we talk about family, business, and everything in between. I'm your host, Jade Dono, and I'm here with my dad, Paul Dono. And today we're going to talk about apprenticeships.
Well, it's apprenticeship week, so why not?
It is apprenticeship week. I only found that out about half an hour ago. But it's apprenticeship week. Woo!
Wee wee!
Woo! So, yeah.
So yeah, you're well prepared for this one, aren't you?
I am really prepared. I've got the wrong notes up. That's why it doesn't make any sense.
Oh, there you go. Well, anyway.
I'm thinking, well, this doesn't make sense to apprenticeship. This isn't what I've written.
Oh.
But this is now. So we've taken on a lot of apprentices at One Accounts, haven't we?
We have.
We've taken on accounts apprentices mainly.
Yeah.
And we did take on a social media apprentice as well, which didn't work out, which we'll talk about a bit more later.
Yeah. But you're an apprentice, aren't you?
I am, although my apprenticeship has sort of finished.
Has it?
It has.
Get you.
So to do my MBA, I did that through an apprenticeship.
Yeah.
So I have now done the apprenticeship from both sides. There was a level 7 apprenticeship, which no longer exists.
Well,
but
yeah,
it was still an apprenticeship. So basically you have the apprenticeships, they're all in different levels. I think they go, I don't know what level they start at.
I think 2.
I think it's 2 as well.
Yeah.
And then they did go up to level 7, but now they only go up to level 5, I believe.
Is it 5? I thought it was 4. But anyway, 4 or 5.
4 or 5.
Yeah.
But basically my apprenticeship hosted a master's, and now you can't do that.
Yeah.
That anymore.
Hopefully that will change in the future, because I think that was wrong. Because yours was an MBA. That's been really beneficial to our business.
It has.
And also, we've got an ACCA apprentice.
We do.
Again, will be beneficial to our business as well. So as a small business, having that support apprenticeship scheme really helps at that level, but equally really helps at the level up to level 4. And we've got certainly 2 very notable apprentices that we've put through.
Yeah.
And we started other people off in their careers who haven't stayed with us. Sort of young Grace, she was great.
Yeah, she was really good.
She's gone into industry, but she started off as an apprentice with us as well. So it gave her the opportunity. And I started off as an apprentice. I was an apprentice.
You were an apprentice too.
Youth training scheme.
Oh, very.
The YTS.
Very exciting.
Absolutely. Those were the days. So, I started off in apprenticeship straight from school, which is why I like apprenticeships.
Fair enough. And I think the thing that we like as a small business is that we can really find the right person and then mould them to our our business and our way of working. That is the key benefit to why we go down that route. So yeah, we're going to sort of share what's worked for us and what hasn't worked for us and what people don't tell you about apprenticeships as well.
Yeah.
So why small businesses consider apprentices? So it is growing talent from the ground up.
Yeah, and it's learning your ways. I mean, sometimes, we have got frustrated with the apprenticeship part of it that's not, obviously, most of ours go for a professional exam like AAT, ACCA or something like that, don't they? So that's their formal training. But then the apprenticeships sometimes isn't quite designed for them. So I think as an employer, we've just got to embrace that. And, I think, what was it James did once? And he always reminds us of it. Oh. One of the things he had to do was in Haverhill, it's hill is for a reason. So it's quite high. Very inland. And basically it was, what would you do if there was a tsunami?
Yeah. What's your business continuity plan if there was a tsunami that hit Haverhill?
Yeah. Which, we'd have to be about 1,800 feet above sea level to do that. And the rest of the country would be, it was just bonkers. There was no benefit. And also, what else did he have to do? He was an A-level maths. He had A-level maths.
Yeah. And
they made him do equivalent of GCSE. So I think as an employee, you've just got to embrace that. There's a reason you've gone down the apprenticeship route. Normally it's financial. But you often find that some of the colleges that put you down that route are going under the apprenticeship scheme, and you are doing some of your guys will do stuff that maybe they don't need.
Yeah, and I think it depends. So one of the things we've got on here later is to pick the right provider to do your apprenticeship.
Yes.
And we've learned that the hard way. So we were with one provider that was doing that. The apprenticeship didn't fit the qualification. It was the same across the board, very generic, and it would have things in there that were just pointless, the apprentice doing. And so they felt like it was just a waste of time, and it was just to get the apprenticeship bit. But now we use a different provider. We use First Intuition, and they're really, really good. And now the apprenticeship does align with the qualification. So First Intuition just do accounting apprenticeships, I think, and like the AAT, I think you can do them outside of an apprenticeship as well through them.
You can do, yeah.
So it's not just apprenticeships, but they just do the thing for our industry. So there may well be in your business an apprenticeship provider who does your industry that it might be better suited to.
Yeah, because your MBA is through someone else, isn't it?
Yeah, so my MBA is through the University of Arden. They do the apprenticeship scheme through them, although probably not anymore. But my apprenticeship, I actually did feel like it was very beneficial. So all of my assignments had to apply to one accounts. They couldn't just be about anybody or anything. It had to be about one accounts, which is obviously much more beneficial than having to do it on something very obscure or on like the NHS or something like that, which a lot of my cohort are a part of. That would have been totally unbeneficial to me because it's got nothing to do with my work in life. So having to do it on my business was the right thing to do. And also I had to keep track of the things I was doing. And this is a normal apprenticeship thing. You have to do your off-the-job hours, which are, it's labelled really weirdly because it's called off-the-job hours, but it's actually what you do on the job.
So it's off the job, on the job hours.
Yeah, it's very confusing. But you have to mark down what you're doing to basically hit all the key performance indicators, KSBs, yay. But all the things that are like important to that role. So mine were all to do with like leadership and business development and stuff. What?
Your dyslexia kicked in then.
Why?
Key performance indicators, KSBs. It's KPIs.
Oh, they're not. No, but they are called KSBs.
Okay.
But who knows what they stand for? I don't know. I don't care.
It just made me laugh.
Someone would have picked up on that and be like, Jade, what you chatting about?
Yeah.
Anyway, mine were all to do with like that sort of thing. So I had to make sure each week I was doing things that related to that, and I had to log it all down, which was actually quite helpful to see how much I was doing to do towards the qualification, basically.
Yeah, and at the end of that apprenticeship though has been really good as well. You get an actual management.
Yeah, so once I finish
don't you?
officially, I get chartered manager's status,
Woo!
Which is very fancy. I get more letters after my name because of it.
Excellent.
So yeah, once I've done the final assessment thing, then I get that as well, and then in a year's time I'll have my actual MBA as well.
Cool.
Which is very exciting. But yeah, in terms of the apprenticeship, I felt like mine was actually quite beneficial. I think it does depend on your apprenticeship coach as well. I had a lady called Holly who was fantastic. She didn't make me do anything that was like work for work's sake. Obviously, there's still a bit of that because it's a government-led thing.
Yeah.
But I had a fantastic lady who was really, really good and helped me as much as she could to, make it viable while you're working full-time. So I think if you get a really good apprenticeship coach as well, it's really beneficial.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that, our guys have, despite having some strange subjects, did benefit from the apprenticeship as well. And obviously we then put them through, certainly, James and Harry in particular, put them through their AAT from level 2 up to level 4. And, they did brilliantly at it, didn't they?
They did. They did really, really well.
And as a company, James is now heading a pod.
He is.
Harry is now underneath James and working really well with James as well. And then we've now got Tara.
We do. We employed Tara, who starts on 2nd of March.
2nd of March, excellent. So on the 2nd of March, our new apprentice starts coming into the world of accountancy. And it's a kickboxing champion or something, isn't he?
Something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I'm sure we'll find out all about it.
Yeah. So, and he's going with what? First Intuition?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll enrol with AAT as well.
Yep.
And yeah, so that will be good. So basically, the apprentice has trained and got the apprentice underneath him, and the apprentice that's been trained has got the apprentice underneath them.
Yeah.
That's
brilliant.
Nicely. But it's been a period of time though, hasn't it? I mean, James started 8 or 9 years ago?
Yeah. And
Harry probably 5 years ago?
Less than that.
Is it less than that?
Maybe not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But they've stayed with us and they're working with us. They know our clients, they understand our clients, and they're working in the ways we want them to work. And as a unit, as a pod, because we call them pods, they've been brilliant.
They have, and I think that's really important. I think you can get people to fit you a lot more culturally, growing them from the ground up, which then promotes loyalty and really a really great working environment as well. One thing you mentioned with the apprenticeships is they are cost effective, although now there is an argument for that, but they are a cost effective way to get resource in and have a really good cultural fit. I think there's a lot more benefits over cost, but cost is a benefit as well for having an apprentice.
And I think it's fair to address cost because, obviously you can pay the apprenticeship wage.
You can.
Which is fair enough, especially if you've got a youngster straight from school. They're not going to go to university. They won't have the student debt. Etc., and they get the training. I think a lot of and you can pay that. I mean, we normally pay the apprenticeship wage for 3 months.
Yeah,
that's what we normally do, and then we go to minimum wage because we feel that's a lot fairer. But what I think is forgotten when we say stuff like that is, you're getting cheap labour. It's not cheap.
No.
26 grand a year now. But a team member, one or two, our time as well, is spent investing in that person, let alone the cost of the actual training as well, which is higher than it used to be because the government aren't supporting small businesses like they used to. So I think people forget the amount of time and effort that goes into, someone to train to our ways, work with it, and go from there. So, in reality, there's a good 2 or 3 years of real investment outside as well.
There
but
is.
It's worth it.
It is worth it. And with an apprenticeship as well, you have to give the apprentice 1 day a week on their studies. So they will only be working 4 days a week for you.
Blimey.
That you have to give them the 5th day. Which is fair. They've got to learn. You want them to pass.
Absolutely.
That is fair. But so that's something to know up front is that they will be working for you 4 days a week, and they do take a lot of upfront time to train and learn, and that's why you take somebody on so that you can teach them and build them up with your business. So, but you've got to be prepared to do that. Then they're not somebody who will just come in and be able to do the job straight away. That's not what you're getting here. You're getting someone to teach. Yeah. Which is really important to sort of know and understand.
And what I find, because sometimes the training isn't quite what we want as employers.
Yeah.
But I was reading yesterday, really interested to see the, AAT sent out a bulletin yesterday about their level 4 professional qualification. And they've now got digital innovation in there as part of their qualification, and I think that is a big step forward. I've been certainly on my LinkedIn channel, I've been quite anti some of the professional bodies not giving not making people work ready, making them ready to, pass their exams. They've got the letters after their name. they're ready to go into the big real world, and then actually find out they can't do the job we need them to. And I think it's great that AAT has actually looked at that and gone, right, no, we're changing it. We're going to make our accountants real world ready. And I think that's great. And I think with people like us, we're ready to embrace that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and that really works well with the youngsters that are coming through.
Yeah, and I think it is, like we said, check the provider, but check the course material as
Absolutely.
well if you can. I know we've fallen foul of this, and I mentioned it earlier. We hired a social media apprentice.
Yeah, we did, yeah.
And
they don't always have to be accountants, do they?
No, they don't. But we hired a social media apprentice, and the course was terrible. It didn't support them at all. It really, really let them down. And also because we didn't have a internal marketing team, it is just me and Katie, we were expecting the college to teach the theory, and then we could give the the space to be able to use the tools and to action it. But they weren't teaching the theory. In fact, somebody actually turned up and was saying like that she didn't like TikTok, she didn't understand it. And
I know, she's teaching them.
And she was teaching them, and we're trying to encourage them to use TikTok to help us with our TikTok videos. And then her support was saying no, so we unfortunately had to.
I know, and the college was getting £9,000 a year for that course. It was shocking, absolutely shocking, and they didn't care, did
they? They didn't care at all.
No.
So it is really important to check that as well. Because otherwise you will fall foul, and like the last thing we wanted to do was have to let somebody go, but it wasn't fair on them. They weren't getting the training or the support that they needed to be able to learn or grow, and that wasn't what we wanted, and it certainly can't have been what they wanted either.
Absolutely. So I think it's a case of checking the college out, isn't it? Making sure they got the right course, and that they can support that person in it.
Yeah.
If you've got an apprentice bricklayer or something like that, make sure they can actually do bricklaying at the college, and they do actually know that. And I know that sounds daft, but there are a lot of people that sign up to apprentices where the college just can't actually fulfil it, but
they're just
still seem to take the money.
Yeah. So it is really, really important to do that little bit of work up front. But then once you get the apprentice in, what works well to train them up, do you think?
Well, I think particularly from our point of view, because obviously we look at people that are computer based and have that sort of that office based skill, analytical skill. We do find that they don't have, the youngsters that are coming through don't have the fear of computers that maybe some of us more mature people do, and are able to move around things and pick certainly the AI and computer stuff up really quick, and give a different perspective. So, include them, make sure they're part of your culture and they're not afraid to speak and challenge.
Yeah.
I think Zach challenged Adrian, which is, on some point of that he'd picked up. And actually, Zach was right, which means, that's the sort of stuff we want. We want to encourage that challenging, so that we're all thinking differently.
Yeah, and that's called psychological safety, is when people feel comfortable enough to...
I'll get you with your MBA stuff.
I know. But that is what it's called, and that means that people are comfortable enough. If you hear that from your HR team, or there's a lecture, a webinar or something on psychological safety, that's exactly what that means. It's just having people feel comfortable enough to say their opinions, say what they're feeling, and it's really important to have that in your work environment. If you don't let your apprentices speak up, you could miss out on some really valuable stuff, especially around technology.
Yeah.
So I've got, with what works well for training them is clear expectations from day one. I think that's the same for any member of the team you bring on board, is to have really clear expectations, make sure you have got a job description, all of that.
Have you got them for me?
Stuff. No. There's no point having them for you. Clear expectations for Dad is that he will go golf at any opportunity.
don't know what you're talking about.
But it is having the clear expectations that know exactly what their job is going to entail, exactly what they should be doing, especially for an apprentice. They're not a manager or anything like that. They are an apprentice. You need to tell them exactly what they're responsible for, what you expect from them. Otherwise, you won't get it.
No.
I've put down structure, training and routine. That goes with the same thing. Having patience as well.
So
is really
just
important.
on routine, I mean, one thing that is, I think, difficult in this day and age, especially when you've got a youngster on board, and it you know, whether it's an office environment, etc., they learn from other people.
Yes.
And it's really difficult to learn from other people if you're at home.
It is.
So, and I know that this is a barrier for people. I know we've spoken to other businesses and said, well, we can't have an apprentice because we work from home now.
Yeah.
And I think that that's a challenge. And I know that, you know, the big cities like London, etc., are now almost insisting people come into the office full time, but we can't do that. You know, we've got to be able to, you know, offer flexibility, etc. But the apprentices have got to be in the office, in my opinion.
Yeah. We have all of our apprentices come into the office full time.
Yeah.
Because they've got to learn.
Yeah.
And the best way to learn is by being around the people and the people in the office. We do hybrid working, so there is always people in the office. But the apprentices do know that once they pass their apprenticeship, then the flexibility will also be offered to them.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
They've got to learn first.
Yeah.
And it's just the best way. I mean, I was chatting to someone the other day who had an apprentice, and the way she combated it, because they're a remote business, was that they were just on Teams all day together. And I thought, that's awful. I would hate that. You feel like you're being watched, and they're just working.
You'd have to get out your PJs.
Together. I know, but you're awful. But, like, that is...
Yeah.
And that, you can't
It's almost
learn
Big
that
Brother,
way.
isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, let's see if they're working or not.
Yeah. But that's how they were combating the issue. But it just, to me, that was not for me. But it's working for them, so yeah, or whatever. So yeah, working in the office is a thing, which brings me on to the the last thing that works well with apprentices is having somebody responsible for their mentoring.
Oh, absolutely. And it's not me.
And it's not absolutely not you. But it is making sure you have got someone responsible. And to be fair, the colleges will make you have somebody sign stuff off and things like that as well.
I mean, we are, you know, obviously from the professional side of it, we are lucky that we got Adrian on board, who is really good with them, does teach them, you know, how accounts should be done. So, you know, and he's put James through, most of Harry through, and he's now got Zach under his wing as well. So yeah, so that's kind of works really well there.
Yeah, it does, and it is just allocating that
Apart
person.
from at the moment.
Well, yeah, well.
He's in Australia. What?
Not yet. He's not.
Oh, isn't he?
No,
I'm not allowed
he's
to
going
say that.
soon.
Okay.
So the challenges with apprentices are that they are a time investment, and it is bigger than you expect. You have to put the time into them. There's no choice but to do that. And you'll most likely have a productivity dip at the start when they start, because your time is used up, or the person you've assigned to mentor them is used up, and they're not useful to start with, which sounds really mean, but that is the truth of the matter. They're not useful to start with. Also, not every apprentice is the right fit. You obviously hire based on attitude. You're not hiring on anything else,
Absolutely.
just attitude. And you find that out just from a few interviews or an interview. So it may
Which
well...
I'm not allowed to do.
No, you're not. And it may well be when they start, actually they're not the right fit, and that's okay. It's annoying, but it's okay.
Yeah.
And there is quite a lot of paperwork and admin to do around apprentices as well. You have to make sure your health and safety stuff's in place. You have to make sure you're communicating with the college. There's quite a lot of stuff to sign. Like, there is a bit of admin to do as well. It's not easy and straightforward. I think they also have to have a special contract as well. We use a company called Fig HR to help us with all our HR stuff. But I'm pretty sure they go on a special apprenticeship.
They have a training contract.
Yeah. Yes.
Which means that the money we spend, it's only financial. The
It's
money
not the
we
same.
spend, isn't that not the same as a training contract?
Well, no, it depends. Because
Right.
with some apprenticeships, you don't pay anything up front.
Okay.
It's only if you pay anything up front that you
But we
can
pay
do.
exam fees and we pay professional body fees and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, you can do that in a training agreement, but
Yeah.
it's likely it's only if you have to pay up front. So for like my course and for Zach's course, because they were at level 7, we did have to pay a fee up front for the apprenticeship. And so we've got training agreements in place. But for a lot of the lower apprenticeships, there is no upfront fee. It is that. So then you haven't had any outlay to have a training agreement.
Okay, fine.
So
See? Show you what I know.
See, shows you how much of the admin Dad does.
You wouldn't want me doing it.
No, absolutely not. It'd be terrible. So the biggest mistakes we see with businesses taking on apprentices is, the first one is treating the apprentices like cheap labour. Like, they are there to learn. And I know that sounds rubbish, but they are there to learn and grow, and you will get so much benefit out of them if you see it like that, rather than just, this is a cheap person to just do teas and coffees or something like that.
They can't get my coffee right anyway, so I do my own.
There's another mistake if you don't have a training plan
And they
in
don't
place.
even know how to make a cup of tea. Some of them don't even know how to boil a kettle.
Oh dear. I don't think we've had
that
anyone.
before. Yes, we have.
Who?
I can't remember.
I don't think you should name and shame them though.
No, I'm not going
actually.
You can't make a cup of tea.
So I can make a cup of tea.
Oh, okay.
I don't drink tea though. So
No.
anyway, not having a training plan in place, also not a great idea. You want to have, again, that structure and whatnot. If you don't provide any support or feedback, they're not going to ever improve or do better. And expecting them to just know, they probably won't just know.
No, they won't just know. And don't assume that they do know.
No.
Even really simple things.
Yeah. And I think as well, it's likely your apprentice will be younger. And there's a lot of
Well, if
differences.
they're younger than me.
It's likely they'll be quite a lot younger than you. And there's
No,
quite a lot.
not quite a lot. That's
Quite
rude.
a lot younger than you.
Oh my goodness.
And there will be generational differences, and we're seeing that gap quite big in
I can't keep up with Gen Z, Gen Y, Gen K, all that sort of stuff, whatever it is. I just need it explained now and again.
Dad's got a real thing at the moment about picking up the phone. And this seems to be one of the really big differences, is the boomers, as Dad's called, all about phone.
Yeah.
All about the phone. Whereas sort of your Gen Zs are more about WhatsApping. And Dad can't understand it.
I can't. But there you go.
There you go. It's quite funny, but it is knowing. You need to know what you're sort of going to get, and not then be, if your apprentice doesn't like to pick up the phone, it's to encourage them and support them to be able to do it, and not just be like, why don't they pick up the phone? Because there is a difference there.
So why don't they pick up the phone?
They don't like it.
Well, why not?
They just don't, because they don't do it. They text all their friends, they
goodness.
message their friends, Snapchat their friends. I don't know.
You see, as of an apprenticeship, I'll get a rant now.
Oh God.
So why doesn't the college then teach them skills like picking a phone up and actually communicating?
That I don't know, because I do think that would be beneficial, sort of the communication side of things.
Get them sending a fax next.
Oh God, no, we don't have a fax machine, everybody. I wouldn't even know what one looked like, so.
Oh, those were the days.
Okay.
No, I didn't use carrier pigeons.
Are you sure? You're making it sound like you did. Right, so when apprentices make sense and when they don't. So they're a good fit if you're a growing business, if you've got a strong culture and you're willing to train someone. I think that's when they make sense. And they're not a good fit if you're over capacity already.
Yeah.
If you've got no time to manage or teach them and you're expecting an immediate return on investment.
You're not going to get that.
You're not going to get that. That's unrealistic and it's not worth your time.
And that's unfair on the apprentice as well.
It is. It's unfair on you and it's unfair on the apprentice. Yeah. It's just not worth it. So
maybe after the second week.
So the advice for business owners that I've got is you need to hire someone for the right reasons, choose the right provider, choose the right course, assign a mentor, make sure you're measuring progress, giving feedback, and think of the long term, not the quick wins.
Yeah.
Is there anything you would add to that?
No, I think it's the long term. It's the investment for the long term.
Yes.
And then you do get a really good fit for your culture and your business, and you can move forward. And we've seen that.
We have. So, to finish, we're going to do our unfiltered minute.
Unfiltered. You know what? Again, I don't really know what my unfiltered thing is.
That's terrible. We do this every week.
I know. And it's kind of... What was been really nice, though, doing this, because you haven't seen it. So we have a microphone stand up, don't we, in your study. But I've been watching your bird box over there. And the birds are feeding in it.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
It is nice. We thought about getting a little camera in there, but they're quite expensive, so we haven't got one. But yeah, because they do go in there. Yeah. It's cute.
So, yeah, you just need to get some bird feed for your feeders.
Yeah, they need filling up.
But I just thought that looked really nice in that bird box. I'm thinking, I haven't got a bird box. I wouldn't mind one.
Oh, why don't you put it on your birthday list?
Yeah, but it's in August.
So?
Yeah, but they're nesting now.
Anyway, my unfiltered
I might get a bird box with a camera in.
Oh, well, that'll be fancy, won't it?
Yeah.
He will, that'll be next week's unfiltered minute. Look at my bird box camera.
Absolutely. Oh, yes, that could be a challenge.
Okay.
I'm not sure where to put it.
You'll find a place.
Yeah.
Need some trees.
Okay.
Well, my unfiltered minute was that we did our quarterly team meeting this quarter. Well,
we did.
This week. So we had the whole team in and we went through basically what we'd done last quarter, what we want to do this quarter, and anything that we needed to share with the team, updates, things like that. All in one big team meeting. And we do this every single quarter and it's really good, isn't it?
It's really good, yeah. £99.98.
Oh.
Bird box with a camera.
There you go then.
Yeah. There you go.
It's my unfiltered minute.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but anyway, we do this quarterly meeting every quarter, as you'd expect, and it really helps. Yeah, it really helps align the team. It really helps just get everyone together, get everyone on the same page. So if you are a business owner with a team, I would really recommend doing these big quarterly meetings. I think some people see them as a bit of a waste of time. I don't, because if it can align your team, then that is absolutely worth every second of your time. And we end all of ours with a little workshop on something. So we did a workshop on AI in this one to try and get everyone thinking about
that was
getting solutions using AI. So yeah, it took the whole morning, but it was really, really beneficial. So I would just put that as a recommendation to any business owners out there that it's a really good thing to do. I think that's everything. If you have any questions for us, please send them in. And other than that, we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Goodbye.
Bye.